How are you? Hi, buddy.
Hello.
Hello,
How
governor.
are you, Mike? Hello, governor. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Doing real good, buddy. Been a
No, I would never do that in front of Barry.
no. Been a oh, that's a good
No,
idea.
because he could point out he could probably do it way better than me.
Well, I mean, yeah, he has that North Chicago accent.
Yeah, it's the Grace Lake accent. That's
Yeah.
definitely it.
Yeah, definitely.
People love that. That's why he has so many views on his short.
You're not kidding, buddy.
Man, that
We
guy
got
is one.
absolutely slammed today. Have you guys been busy this week?
Okay, so I am enjoying a little respite.
Ooh, I
Yes.
forgot. You're
I
on
don't really take a lot of
vacay.
time off, so
You're on the vacay.
I'm taking a couple of vacay Friday and Saturday or Friday and Monday.
Hey, that's okay.
Hey, it's great. It is great. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
No, I rarely take any time off, and so last year I really didn't take any. And I thought about it, and it's like, Mike could
Yeah.
really just use some time off.
We were so busy today. At one point today, we had 12 people in the office waiting for us. It was nuts.
A lot.
It was nuts. Jack was in there today slinging coins.
So it's like the couch was full.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
2 collections on the counter at the same time. Twice in a row, back to back. And then.
It's good, though.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm just tired.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not mad. I'm just beat.
Oh, and who's your guy, Jim? Was that his name?
Bruce?
Oh, Bruce.
Bruce,
the
yes,
guy
the
who
old
sent me
fellow.
to Fair Oaks Farm?
Yeah. Did you go?
Yes, I did.
And was it delish?
No.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. So
It was terrible. For those of you guys tuning in, hello everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Hi.
Mike came down yesterday
yes, I did.
and said hi to me, dropped off some hot sauce, and that's what we're talking about. So just getting you guys on board. Kyle, I wish they had. I haven't seen hide nor hair of those coins yet. I keep asking my postman every day if he's got anything for me. And as of yet, no joy.
You still haven't seen the Prince Charles one?
No, I have not seen Big Ear himself.
I've gotten 2 envelopes from him.
I know. What's going on?
Your postman doesn't like you.
I don't know if it's my postman or what. Sharmy Harker has liked the stream. Well, hello, Sharmy Harker. It is wonderful to see you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love to see her.
I know. The Penny Lady's in the house.
In the house. So he sent me to Fair Oaks Farm, which he said the best milkshake ever.
It wasn't.
And if by milkshake you mean chocolate milk, it was delicious. But not frozen. Which really surprised me. I mean, it was liquid. It was not a shake. It was chocolate milk.
Was it supposed to be a shake?
Well, that's what I ordered.
Oh, they just gave you some chocolate milk?
Well, it was a chocolate malt. Oh. And I'm serious, it was loose. It was completely liquid. It was not like frozen in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
So either that was not the way that they intended, or
they have the worst shakes ever.
It's the worst shakes of all time. So it's one or the other. And you can tell Bruce, I'll give it another shot if that's what he does.
I'll do it. J.R. Preston, wonderful to see you tonight. Jack Young, hello, good sir. Thank you for being here.
Yes, Jack Young. Love his work.
Justin Irving is there. He asked if I had tipped my postman. I tip my postman every Christmas. I do. I give him a nice little envelope stuffed with some loot.
There you go.
Because my postman is actually really great. He takes awesome care of us. I come into the office once a week and there's a giant stack of mail tubs by my back door. Pretty sweet guy. I really like our mailman. So
sounds like that works.
Yeah. Well, let's let everybody trickle in, and then we'll fire this dude off. We've been hammering the content still, making our shorts. We made a little video the other day about the vault boxes. We had our friend, the Rusty on. Can I call him Rusty? I'm going to call him Rusty. Rusty.
I like Rusty.
Oh,
it's Russell.
Russell.
Dude, he will snap you. You better watch out.
I'm girthy. He's short and stout.
I understand, dude. I've been next to both of you. He's just He's a killing machine. You just got to remember that. He's fresh out of the Army.
I forget he was a master sergeant or whatever.
Yes. Oh, no, he was a staff sergeant.
Staff sergeant. That's right. Staff sergeant. Russell.
Yeah, he used to make people miserable for a living. That was his job. So
okay, it's Staff Sergeant Rusty from now on.
You do what you want.
That's all right. I take my life in my own hands. I understand.
You are definitely doing such.
That's all right.
Yeah. So we had him on, and that's something new for people. We have if you have news about your club or your organization, we now have a new address, clubs@coinshowradio.com. Send us your news and your
clubs. Clubs at
yeah, and we're gonna do the club scene. Probably once a month. Sorry.
Clubs, got it.
Yeah,
once a month. I love that. So yeah, we're gonna start talking about your club. So if you guys are in a club, you are having any news you want to share with us, shows, meeting dates, anything like that coming up. Clubs@coinshowradio.com. That is the email. Send the information there, and we will talk about it on the show.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way to make it interesting for everybody.
That's right. So
that's the trick.
That is the trick. Well, buddy, you ready to fire this dude off? I'm stoked about this show.
Yeah, you should be.
I am. Oh, I'm always excited about this show, but
I know.
I'm super excited.
Been slaving it away, so we'll.
Well, let me hit this button that makes those numbers happen, and then we'll do this. You ready?
Right.
Here we go.
This is the Coin Show Podcast. A podcast about coins and coin collecting from the perspective of both dealers and collectors. Hosted by two guys with a passion for collecting and a combined experience of over 50 years in the coin industry. Here's Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman on the Coin Show Podcast.
And this is episode 215 of the Coin Show Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. And this is what we like to do. So on tonight's episode of the Coin Show Podcast, we are going to bring you news of your coolest thing. We're going to talk about the coolest things that you guys have and that you've shared with us. I think that'll be something really fun.
Yeah, always.
And we'll probably have some other things to chat about. But first, as always, the news.
Okay, buddy, I'm ready.
The news is brought to you by Left-Handed Scissors, 100% manufactured for 10% of the world.
You know what's funny? What? My wife is a lefty, and the amount of left-handed things that I pick up and try to use in our house is amazing. She has a knack for getting left-handed things. So,
well, left-handed scissors really are a thing.
Oh yeah,
it's not like right-handed people. Well, you can use them, but it's more difficult to
use
them
with
the wrong hand.
She has left-handed scissors. I've used them. They suck. For right-handed people, they suck.
Yes. Well, not recommended.
Not at all.
The Fun Show and the Heritage Auctions associated with such started the year out with a real bang.
Yeah, I saw this news story and I didn't realize that many lots had gone that high.
Yeah, so 6 coins individually and 4 additional lots, each sold for over $1 million.
Well, if anybody's worried about the strength of the coin industry, that right there should tell you everything you need to know. We are still chugging along, and everything seems great.
Well, especially at the high end, right?
Oh,
that's what you can always depend on the high end.
You got if you look at the top and it's strong, then usually the rest of the market's strong.
It usually follows. So there were 3 unique coins. There was an 1873 cc No Arrows dime, graded MS65.
Yeah, we talked about these either 1 or 2 shows ago, didn't we?
Well, we talked about stuff. Yeah, we talked about it coming up. An 1870s seated half dime, MS64. Somebody's going to have to explain that one to me. It's unique.
Oh, well.
Graded 64.
Well,
And a 1907 Arabic numerals proof 20 double eagle in 68.
Proof 68. That's insane.
Yeah.
I bet that coin's beautiful.
Oh, those were the unique coins. There were a bunch of them that went for over $1 million, but I mean,
wow.
This tells you that the coin market is just fine.
Absolutely dandy. Absolutely dandy. I'm not mad about hearing that news.
The first 2023 Britannias are available. These bear the effigy of His Majesty.
And that giant ear. God, that's
so now we have to look, and now we got to come up with another, because it used to be, oh yes, hello.
Hello. My
now
ear is extremely large.
Jolly good.
Man, we're going to make Barry mad. Barry and Taffy are never going to listen to our show again because we're over here being arrogant Americans making fun of their accents.
And your problem with that is?
Oh, man.
So these are actually going to be the first coins with Charles on his own, right? The ones that came out dated 2022 were memorial 50-piece for his mother. Mm-hmm. They had her coat of arms and her crown design, I guess is what it's called.
So this is his first solo?
Yeah, so album? This is the Britannia. He's the only monarch on it. It is made with his, DG Rex FD.
Right.
So
I like the reverse of this thing with the waves and in the security feature that they have there. That's pretty cool. They have
really stepped it up over the last 2 years.
I'll tell you, that's one of my favorite designs. The reverse of that Britannia, it's pretty cool.
I mean, the Maple Leafs started with doing those radial lines,
right?
And now the Britannias. And is there some sort of a security feature blended into it, kind of like the Maple Leafs, where they had readers that you could put them in?
It wouldn't surprise me a bit. It sure looks like it, at least from these pictures, that they have those kind of, the waves that you can see in the background.
Yeah. I mean, if not, it should be.
Yeah, definitely would not surprise me a bit. It looks like the obverse has one too, just in the fields. It's neat how they've gone from flat fields to these security feature fields.
And really haven't changed the design a whole lot.
No, it just makes them look cool.
Yeah, just kind of seamless.
Yeah, I like it. Good job. Good job, Royal Mint.
Jolly good. America's Hat has announced their annual gift-giving sets.
Okay, got it.
As always, I admire the Royal Canadian Mint, because they have 3 different sets, right? Each set has a special coin made specifically for that set.
Very, very moose orientated.
Well, this year they're doing moose. So, on the baby mint set, they have a baby moose playing with baby blocks. Yeah. And on the happy birthday, they have a moose with their presents. And then on the congratulations set, there's a moose that's using his rack of antlers for he might be hanging lights or something.
I don't think it's lights. It's like a banner. Yeah, it's a banner thing.
Yeah. But all 3 of these are made specifically for these sets. It's January 28th. They're available already. And not only does this give you a reason to buy one, it gives you a reason to buy all 3 of them.
They strike me as odd. A little. At least the one with the moose opening the presents. Like, I don't know if you've ever met a moose. They're mean. They're not nice.
Yeah, if it was stomping the crap out of the presents,
that would be much more accurate. Yes. Yes. It's just like
I'll
this.
Give you that. Moose out of character here. and the Canadian coinage has a caribou on it, not a moose, just for the record. And
what's the difference? Okay, go ahead.
I don't caribou. Is that what you said? I don't caribou with that. No, I mean, but the U.S. sets, they have no coins that aren't available some other way.
Yeah, I can't get over that. That's like having an American coin with an eagle, like DJing at a party. Like got his headphones on, and It's just odd. It's
See, I think they're trying to cuddle up to the moose because moose are dangerous.
well, that's not safe. That's not safe. Like, don't walk up to a moose with a present because you saw it on a coin. It will gore you.
Yeah, it will stop you to death.
Yes.
But it has all that, cash grabby kind of stuff to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it makes you want to buy all three of them. And limited editions.
Okay. Yeah, you say so. It's interesting.
Okay. And as long as we're doing a cash grab, right?
Right.
This is actually the stuff that I expected to see a flood of this year. I can't say I expected it from a legitimate mint, but I guess I was wrong. The life and legacy of Queen Elizabeth II is going to be celebrated on a dazzling collection of precious metal coins offered by the Royal Canadian Mint.
Sorry, I had the wrong story up. I have it right now. So they have a colorized Her Royal Majesty coin?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's colorized,
it looks like a photograph.
That's photorealistic.
Yes, which means it's probably enameled or something like that.
That's a sticker, homie.
Could be.
Might be.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. So it's a $5 silver coin, and they're going to sell them in wrapped rolls.
Huh? That's a weird one.
It says a 2022 $2 special wrap roll. So they're going to have wrapped rolls of probably different coins, So like they'll have $50 coins, and you can buy them in or no. These are going to be toonies.
These are $5 coins.
Toonies with special wrap honoring Queen Elizabeth II.
No, these are fivers.
Just paper.
These are fivers.
Well, these are $5 silver coins.
Right.
But they're also going to have toonies in special wrap rolls.
Okay.
So nothing special about the coin, just the wrap roll. It's kind of like the statehood quarters that came in red and white.
Yep. Okay.
It's just paper. But they're going to make a $20 fine silver coin. They're going to make a $300 platinum coin. They're going to make a $200 gold coin. Another $20 fine silver coin, a silver 3 coin set. There will be a proof silver dollar. There will be a $50 fine silver coin, another fine silver coin.
Now, all of these things you're rattling off, are they all Queen Elizabeth
Yeah, so these are this is like the king of cash grabs. So one of the coins is going to be a sense of duty, a life of service.
Okay.
One is going to have Queen Elizabeth II's royal cipher on it.
All right.
One is going to be the imperial state crown, the coronation, and special wrap sets. And these are all basically, going to be made in silver, gold, and platinum. I just didn't expect this stuff coming from a legitimate mint. That was my point.
Hey, she was on like what is it, like a third of the world's coins. So yeah, I mean somebody's gonna do it, and I don't,
Wasn't that enough?
Well, no, of course not.
No, I get it. I mean, she was beloved.
They need an excuse.
That's not really a problem, but I mean,
they must have been lacking in motivation for new coinage. Like they didn't have any ideas to put on there, so they just went with the biggest news story of last year, I guess, and this year, and maybe next year. I'm not sure. Huh.
And I'm sorry because I probably moved that story, so you'll probably want to go back one.
Jeez.
So let's do a thought experiment, Matt.
Okay.
You just won the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
That's it? It's just a yes? No exclamation of...
all right.
No?
Sweet.
All right.
I'm the winner.
Then you die.
What?
That's part of it. So what happens to your gold medal?
Well, obviously get auctioned 100 years later.
Well, and that's what's happening here in a Nobel Prize in chemistry that was awarded to George Olah in 1994. Will be auctioned this year. Actually, it was auctioned 2 days ago.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder what it brought.
I wonder what it brought. I don't know. It's not in the story. But here's my question, and this is really why the thought experiment. So I believe that the fact that this is a gold medal changes things, but let's just kind of get off the fact that it's gold. And let's talk about the award itself.
Okay. I can do
Do
that.
you think that decorations and honors and awards and things like that should be sold after a person's demise?
Well, I mean, they don't have a use for it anymore.
No, but do you think that maybe, like, I was thinking in terms of like the highest honors, right? Like a Congressional Medal of Honor, something like that, right? CMH winners are they're very few and far between.
And you actually can't buy or sell those in the United States,
Right.
at least.
You can't buy or sell them. But I think that somebody who is a CMH winner should probably either be buried with it or, I mean, that's what I think is,
As
you
somebody
should do
that
that.
collects military stuff, and sometimes that involves medals and awards, the way I look at that is, if this particular piece, there is not somebody out there that cares about it or cares for what it means or cares enough to hang on to it because the person that won it did something special to win it, then maybe it should be enjoyed by somebody that does care about it. So that's the way I look at that stuff.
And it seems that the people that would most enjoy it would be your museums and things like that. I just don't know about private ownership of things like this.
There's a dirty little secret to museums, and that is that most of the time, if you donate something to a museum and it is not extraordinary, they usually just auction it off themselves and take that money to help run the museum.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the odd point about museums is that most of the stuff in the museum is there because it belongs to somebody else.
That too. That as well. Yeah. So, I mean, something like this, okay, cool. I can see this being in a museum on loan or donated to a museum, and they would probably display it. But, maybe there weren't any museums that were interested. Sometimes that happens too. Or they already had one, or,
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was interesting that, what does become of these things? Because they award one every year.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. The auction on this medal started at $200,000.
Yeah, I mean, I assume normally if somebody passes away that has won a prestigious award such as the Nobel Prize, that their family would most likely hang on to it. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe something else happened. Something came up. Something, I mean, lots of reasons. Lots of reasons why.
All right. So now, for the purposes of our thought experiment, you're reincarnated.
Okay, I'm alive again. Hello. Hi. Wow, that was weird.
It was.
Yeah. Wow.
Tell me about the other side later.
It's very bright.
Meanwhile, sales at the United States Mint are a little slow.
Well,
so how slow, you might ask?
How slow are they?
Well, the 22S Proof Silver Eagle was the 5th highest selling product last week, and it wasn't even available.
How so? Just returns?
They're just
such?
making adjustments to the sales at the end of the year.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And it ended up being adjusted so much that it was the 5th highest moving product.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
I mean, there's just nothing moving out of the mint.
Well, I mean, they're probably still pretty busy making Silver Eagles at this point.
So maybe that says that they need more production space. Maybe they need, here's the thing. And I was trying to subtly kind of point it out that here you have the Royal Canadian Mint that has already made, 3 sets for the, new babies, new year, and congratulations.
Correct.
And the U.S. Mint has not made anything yet available, with the exception in 2 days of the first innovation dollar coins.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's I feel like that's what's happening. It's Eagle season is what we call it, and is what I call it. Eagle season. That the Eagles are going to the grading companies. They're slamming the stuff for the TVs. Well, but and then everybody who's been waiting for them patiently is now, opened up their arms and said, "Come on, man, come to me. It's time." So I assume they're just pumping a lot out at the beginning of the year and minting to demand of the market, and that's taking up a lot of time and energy and manpower, and that's why we're seeing maybe nothing happening at the up until maybe February. That makes sense.
Well, thank God the 2023 Ohio Innovation Dollars are going on sale at the end of the
I am ecstatic, Mike.
Have you seen the design?
I just saw it just now. I'm looking at
Okay.
it now.
So this year's coin features the Underground Railroad.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but that hardly screams innovation to me.
Yeah, I mean, innovating, to be the place where
Look,
it is not
Tell me about
traditional. It's
Ohio.
not a traditional innovation. Yes, I agree. And Ohio was like the home of the
We're
Wright
talk-
brothers for a
we're
long
talking
time.
about Ohio. Yes, the Wright brothers came from Ohio.
Yep.
The world's first automobile was invented in Ohio. Vulcanized rubber was invented in Ohio. Even the cash register was invented in Ohio.
Well, I mean, the Wright brothers have had their coins. It would be odd to see a cash register coin, vulcanized rubber, unless you're making it out of rubber. So Underground Railroad it
World's
is.
first automobile,
Okay, well,
kind of
yeah.
big.
Who made the first automobile?
Who made it?
Yeah.
I could look it up for you, but I was just doing a little research on what the greatest things that came out of Ohio were.
That's pretty cool.
And it's like the world's first automobile was 1891, vulcanized rubber in 1839, and the cash register in 1879.
Huh.
And that's innovation. I believe that celebrating the Underground Railroad is a good thing. I think that it's deserving of a coin. I just don't know if the Innovation Dollar Set is the place for it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, that's true. It should have its own commemorative, actually, if we're really being frank.
No, absolutely. Not Anne Frank.
It was.
And finally in the news.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that was bad. The second heaviest classical coin in history is coming up for auction February 2nd.
The second heaviest
classical coin in the history of the world.
So the first is probably like a rye stone, I would guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
So this is a 15 kilogram Swedish $8 copper plate.
These plates.
And it was issued in 1659, and it will be part of the Kunker sale on February 2nd in Berlin.
Plate money is actually really cool. I've owned some of these in the 2 and 4 denominations. They're really cool because the neat part about this is that Sweden didn't have any silver. They had no silver resources whatsoever. So to make large denomination coins, they decided, you know what, we're just going to make them out of a bunch of copper, and because we got plenty of copper.
Well, here, check this out, because it actually it's amazing that you remember that about this story, because it's like, in so doing, I did the research on this, and it is fact that, Sweden had a lot of copper ore deposits, but didn't have silver.
Yep.
And during the Middle Ages, copper was important.
Yeah.
Because you make cannons and muskets and things like that out of it. But silver was also important because you used that to pay mercenaries, and it was used in diplomacy.
Yep. And the funny, go ahead.
But here's the problem. The more copper that they sold, they would flood their own market and drive down the price.
Right. And the cool thing about these is the reason that they exist is not because they were used. The reason that they exist is because after they phased these things out, they actually started using them for ballast in ships to keep them upright. And so when they found shipwrecks that happened in that part of the world, sometimes they would find, big giant piles of these things that the people in the ships were using as ballast. So that's where a lot of these come from.
It's amazing to me how much you know about this stuff.
Buddy,
you're like almost reading down my research.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
No. It's absolutely fine. It's funny though, because it's like it's exactly right. It was their king, Gustus Adolphus, and basically, instead of flooding the market with copper, what he figured, and this was really smart, was that he would make small denomination coins that were based on their metal value in copper.
Yep.
And that way, if the price of copper went up, you could exchange the coins for silver bars.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself was an economic, really a smart move on his part.
That thing's great.
But over time, the kingdom was still short on silver because that really never changed. And lots of war. And his daughter, now the queen, Christina, decided to mint copper dollars as well. And the copper dollars were pattern coins. And so they were round and they were about 220 millimeters.
Yeah, the big
It's
dudes.
a pretty big coin. And they weighed more than 3 kilograms. They had a face value of about $1.50, but they were way too expensive to produce. So $10 plates would be created and they weighed almost 20 kilograms.
Wow.
It's 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That was about as big as anybody could really.
Sir,
The story says it's more than they could bear.
I'd like to pay you for this loaf of bread. Badonk. Like.
Yeah, and he breaks their counter.
I could just see it now.
But in 1974, none of these were known to exist until a shipwreck was discovered off the Baltic coast with 5 of them inside. That's why I said it was amazing that you were like reading right down my research.
I was paraphrasing, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's where a lot of them have what we call sea action. They have the corrosion from being in the ocean. And they're really cool to have around. They get a lot of looks when you have like a 4 Rigsdal or plate money piece. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
So, yeah, no, I thought it was a great story and it was really cool. And I didn't realize that you were that into them, but knowing you, it does actually make a lot of sense. So that was the news, and the news tonight was brought to us by Left-Handed Scissors. 100% manufactured for 10% of the world.
You're listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman.
I enjoyed that news segment. That was a good one.
Well, thanks.
That was there were some choice stories in there, my friend. Good job.
Well, I do my very best to find 5 or so decent stories every couple of weeks.
Yeah. Love it.
So, and now I'm getting the corrections on the Facebook page.
Go ahead. Let's talk about them.
Well, he said for gas engine auto, I believe it was Mercedes. I'm just going with the internet. I'm going to go with what the internet said.
Yep. Ask Siri.
I'm just going with that.
Yep.
Ken Stoos says, how come you're supposed to buy the coin and not the holders? Are people buying NGCX coins? And I wanted to take a minute to talk about NGCX.
Okay.
Doing. And we did a little piece on that this week.
Yep, we did. We sure did.
And we definitely offered a lot of opinions. And if you'd like to see that, you can find it on our YouTube channel.
Also on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah. Also on the Facebook page as well. My takeaway from a lot of this is that, putting up 2 different grading standards is going to be very tough to support. And even if they leave it as modern coins being NGCX and classic coins being, regular NGC grades, I just still don't know.
My answer to that question, which again was, how come you're supposed to buy the coin and not the holder, but people are buying the NGCX slabs? I think a lot of people are buying them as kind of a novelty right off the bat, being like, oh, this is neat. These are the first ones. I've never seen one of these. I should buy one. And that's kind of where I think that maybe that's happening. Or maybe it's, people that are not coin people, not in our industry, that are seeing these things and they're graded like their beloved sports cards or comic books or everything else on a 10-point scale. And maybe they understand.
It could even be people that are just buying it because it's something new and they want to jump in and they want to play.
Yep.
I mean, there's a million reasons why things sell right out of the box, but it is the sustained sales that really make the difference. We will see what happens. I think that what happens over the course of probably the next 6 months is really going to be what shapes the future.
Yeah, we'll see how the market accepts it. We'll see how it is taken on by the public, how people do, if there is a certain subset of people that just want to collect those and that's it, we're going to find out, and we do need to give it a few months to see what happens.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the fair thing to do for the whole thing.
I think it is.
You know, like I said, we're kind of curmudgeons when it comes to our coins. We like things the way we like them, and gosh darn it, don't you change them. So, you know, we're gonna find out if we're wrong, or you know, if the curmudgeon-y coin guys are right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be any shock if any of us are wrong.
Right.
Won't be the first time.
Yep.
Not even that.
And then, you know, a lot of the talk of that NGCX is coming from those vault box things that got dropped the other day, of which I will have 4 of them coming. I'm going to do some fun experiments. I'm going to break them down. I'm going to maybe even hack.
I hear a Patreon show coming with
Maybe there might be some hacks involved here.
Yes.
You know, I really want to just break these things down and see if this is something that you know, that we can figure out. So, you know, keep your eye out for that content. It's coming. We're going to make it. I have 4 of these boxes coming. They should be here Monday, and then I'm going to start playing with them. So
You want to break things down. I want to break things. That's all.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're working on at the moment. We've got, you know, our shorts every day. I put one out today showing some better dates to look for in some Common Coin series. You know, just making shorts, man. That's fun. I really
out yesterday.
Yeah, you sure did. I really enjoy making them. I hope you guys like them. So it just
and we're going to be doing a lot of that stuff going forward. We found a formula for something that really works for us.
Well, and it's almost like it's so. I've said this a few times on the show, but it's so easy to make. Like, I literally just sit down at my desk and I look around. I'm like, huh. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video
talk
about that.
This for a second.
Yeah, I can talk about this for 30 seconds. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Be prepared to be barraged with just a variety of stuff.
Yes, it's gonna come from like the very basic. This is a better date and why, to talking about you know, really high end, interesting, specialized collector stuff that we come across. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
We talked about the 1861 $20 gold piece.
I mean, that's a stupid expensive.
That's a pretty specialized coin.
Right. So
we
awesome.
Talked about basic stuff.
Well, Mike, you know, I think I want to get to the part of the show why I think everybody listens to us, because for no reason other should they listen to the show besides to see their own stuff, because we have no idea what we're talking about. And sorry.
You know, there's an added bonus to this segment I never thought of, is you can post things that we know nothing about.
That's right.
Let's blather about them.
Yeah, and that's actually why I like this segment the most, I think, out of most of the things we do. Just simply because I get to see all sorts of stuff that I don't get to see all the time, and I never even think about. So let's take a look at your coolest thing, you guys. Let me just...
Yeah, so this is the coolest thing of our listeners.
Yeah, let me adjust a little here.
Turning the original idea on its head.
That's
so
right. Let me get this loaded.
You can do foreign, you can do US.
Anything, your coolest thing.
Anything that you want, it's your coolest thing, and that's what we want.
As long as it's coin or even loosely numismatically related, I love it. So let's take a look. Chris Elliott was first off. He says Spanish 2 reals from 1709. It's 93% silver and obviously cleaned, but he still loves the history that it brings. And he shows us.
This coin could talk.
Right, I know. You know, it's the Carlos 2 real. So
yeah, so this one is 2 bits. 2 reals.
And it's roughly the size of a dime if you're trying to figure out, you know, your kind of sizing here from the picture. It's about the size of a dime. It's a little silver Spanish coin, colonial. This one, let's see if I can see the mint mark. I don't see it. No, don't see it. It might be Mexico. It's probably Mexico. Okay.
Yeah, hard to say.
Yeah.
Can't see it.
Steve Farrell says, "Oh my goodness, sorry guys, my breath was taken away for a second here." 1907 Proof 64 Cameo completes the 1907 Proof set, and he spent 10 years collecting on this. So he has a video. He loaded a video. I'm going to play it, and we're all going to watch it together. Let me get it a little bigger here. That, hopefully you guys can see it well. Yeah, it looks like it. That coin looks absolutely stunning. And the coin is a 1907 proof $20 gold piece, PCGS proof 64 cameo, and it has a CAC sticker. That is a heck of a coin, my friends. And
the black and white on it is just absolutely stunning.
wow. And
so this is a 1907 proof set. So he has got the let's see, he's got
getting to that part. I was just showing
the Indian headset. He's got the nickel, the dime, the quarter, the half, and then the 2.5, 5, 10, and $20 lib.
All in proof. Wow. That is a heck of a set.
That is a heck of a set.
Wow.
Absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much for showing us. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is cool.
Delbert Channel says, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'd like to. 1895 Barber dime found in an auction lot of bulk silver. That's a heck of a find. I have found 2 of them in my career, and they're always good to find.
So he shows us a picture of the auction lot here, and it looks like a kind of a mixed lot. There's buffalo nickels and just kind of a dirty clad quarter, some Mercury dimes and some Roosevelt dimes, and one lowly Barber dime sticking out there. And that's probably the coin. Then he shows us
it's clear too. I mean, this is not like an AG coin. This is
a nice coin. This coin has full liberty. A lot of definition in the leaves across the head. That's a heck of a coin to get out of a junk silver lot.
Sure is.
Wow. Dennis Mendoza says, bought it because of that golden bean. And he shows us an 1854 $10 gold piece in a PCGS XF40 gold label CAC slab. And it is a green label slab, too. So it's an older slab.
It's an old slab with it, but you can never tell when the bean came from.
Well, the bean's new, but the slab is older for sure, obviously.
Nice coin.
Very cool coin.
Ernesto Aguilar, our very own. Willie Shakespeare coin.
That's cool. What is it? I don't know where it's from.
It is I want to say that this is kind of a what do you call it?
Medallic art piece?
A montage of all the different Shakespeare plays in it. It's got the skull and it's got the king. So it's like kind of like King Lear and Othello and oh god,
Hamlet. I see the skull from Hamlet.
That was what I was going for. Yeah. So that is I celebrate the man's entire catalog kind of thing.
It's pretty cool, really. I've never quite seen that guy before. Jody Dotson said, had to get one of these after you guys talked about it. It really is a good looking coin and only cost a few bucks. And this,
I want one.
I know. I need to get one too. He shows us a 2022 Canadian $2 coin. And it is the one that has the specially treated outer ring, the morning ring, that has been
death tuning.
Yeah. Oh, you might have just come up with a new phrase there, buddy.
Coin to term.
Yeah, coin to term, because it has I forget what that process is called when they do that.
The antiquing?
Antique, maybe that's the process. Yeah. I guess that would probably be one that would work.
It'd be what you do to an old coin when you make it black like that.
Right.
I don't know if that's necessarily what they would call this, but
right.
Yeah. I mean, it has a really cool look to it, and that's I think that is the most appeal of it. We had to lose a queen in order to get it.
I'm gonna have to break down and get me some of those. They're pretty cool looking. Dylan Jackson says, found a semi-key 1876 Indian head penny while going through the till at my work. Jeez, coolest thing he's ever found at work. Well, heck yeah. I mean, the coin looks like it's been circulating since 1876, but that's okay because it did its job and you ended up with it, and now you get
certainly a better date.
Heck yeah, you get to add that to your collection.
Luke Michael Conley, new pickup. I usually only collect coins, but I'm starting to branch into paper money. The designs on some are pretty incredible. Would love to get an educational note in the future. So he has started with some of the larger size silver certificates.
Yeah. It's got a
And
black
these
eagle.
are some of the more I would say interesting looking notes that you can find.
Yeah, the 1899 series $1 and $2 silver certificates are probably some of my favorite notes. I just think they're super cool. So
Yeah, I like the wood chopper. I like the bison. I like
Oh, yeah.
the chief. I mean, there are certain iconic notes that are really popular and are iconic in and of themselves, and you'll have a great time with that. Look for a short very soon on the penalty for counterfeiting these, because I now have a new toy with which to show you things.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Malcolm McGaw says, I just picked this up a couple of days ago. It's a Henry VII half-groat 2 pence, minted between 1493 and 1498 in the city of Canterbury. Quite a lot of detail there for a coin of only 1.6 grams and 20 millimeters.
Yeah, it's only 1.6 grams and 20 millimeters, but it's silver and it's 2 pence.
Yeah, these guys are really cool. If you've never gotten into the British hammered stuff, I think that stuff's really neat. It's just a lot of history there, a lot of British history and kings and queens and monarchs and people that wanted to be king but weren't, and people that were king of the north, and just stuff like that. It's really cool stuff.
And the crosses on them make them really easy to cut.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly why they did that. So we have featured those many a time before on the show.
Kevin Joyall doesn't really give us any commentary, just shows us one spectacular looking barber half.
Yeah, that is a heck of a nice looking 1894 barber half, and it does look like it's certified.
Yes.
Not sure what grade it is, but that's okay. You don't have to show us. We just like to look at coins.
I will say.
Yeah, what do you call that coin?
It's at least a 64.
That would have been my grade. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm getting better. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's got a really, really good strike.
It does. Has a great strike. Has a really creamy, nice luster. It's got a couple little marks out in the field and the obverse, and got a decently clean cheek. I'd say the coin's at least a 64. Let's see here. Joe Bohannon, Joey B, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. 1806 Drake Bus $50 with a cool die break on the reverse, the top of the shield. Let's take a look. Looks like he has an 1806 pointed 6 with stems, Drake Bus half in a PCGS VG10 holder. And he says there's a cool die break on top of the shield. Oh, I see it coming out of the left side, or the right side of the shield. I see it
joining the shield to the wing.
Yep. Very, very cool coin. One of my favorite designs is that heraldic eagle reverse.
I love the obverse of those coins and the number of stars and how it keeps changing all the time and going back and forth.
Right. Yeah. That's
our own unnamed source, Barry Swan. Proof Indian heads are hard to beat as a reasonably priced type coin. They're hard to beat any way around it.
Funny he mentions that. I have noticed over the years that every once in a while, I will buy a typeset either from a dealer or from a collector, and there will be proof coins in there just because a lot of the times they're affordable and they're super choice examples, and every once in a while you get a proof coin in a typeset. So funny that he mentions that. But yeah, this looks like a nice piece. 1862, so it's the copper nickel, the thick boy. And
and it's got some toning in the center, which on the copper nickels is a little bit less common.
Yep, that's true.
And looks really good. I mean, this coin is absolutely hammered, so I mean, it's a proof. What would you expect?
Yeah.
But during the Civil War,
stretch this back out a little bit. All right, there we go. Sorry, just making it a little better for everybody to see it. There we go.
I mean, that's a coin.
Yeah, cool coin. Very cool. Let's see here. Justin Irvin says, found my first air coin in a proof set. This is a 1994 strike through that makes Roosevelt looks like he is blowing a snot bubble. Well, Justin.
That is our very own Justin.
Yeah, this is coming from the Coin Show think tank right there. Love it. It does. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
So is that that's a strike through?
That is looks like a little plop of grease fell on the die.
Strike through snot?
No, maybe somebody could have sneezed while they were sitting at the press. I mean, it's possible. But yeah, that's definitely a strike through. You can see it when it on the angular shot there. You can see how
you really see it on the angular shot.
The definition actually goes up the definition of the mark actually goes up over the nose a little bit too. So probably a little plop of grease fell on the die, and they just kept on striking coins. Cool. Very cool.
Dave Platteater bought a few of these old type displays full of culls and replaced them with some gems.
Ooh.
So I've shown these to a couple of dealers who have seen thousands of them, and I love it when they double take. So he's taken these holders that are typically presented to us with just absolutely crap coins in them.
Right. Yeah. So I'll give you guys a little background on these two. So these were put out by marketers that like to sell really kind of ugly coins for a lot of money. So they put them in these really fancy holders, and a lot of the times the holders are actually cooler than the coins, and that's exactly what we have here. So,
But
yeah.
not.
But well, I was speaking of the holders. Yeah, it looks like you put some really nice stuff in there, and they do look very nice now.
Yeah.
Definitely not what I'm used to seeing.
That is what you should do with these.
Yeah.
So I will compliment Dave on doing it right.
Good job, Dave. Ron Dorland says 1865 Spanish Philippines 1 peso gold. Better date. So these guys are small too. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these in your hand. They're not very big coins.
I was going to say, this looks like a $1 gold size somewhere in there.
They're a little bit bigger than that, but he did a very good job of photoing the coin, so it does look nice and big.
Did.
But they are tiny little fellers if you ever had one in your hand.
And kudos on the camera work.
Yeah, good job.
Ed Anderson, Byzantine Starvaton. Okay, I saw starvation. I'm sorry.
You hungry?
Starvaton, John the Eighth. This is the second to last emperor.
I was gonna say this is very, very late Byzantine.
Yes.
Because as time went by, a lot of the designs that you associate with these ancient empires tend to get more and more basic and more kind of turned into just line work and crude. And you would think that would happen at the beginning, but it actually, with a lot of these, happens towards the end. So very interesting.
I think it happened more because the importance of coins became less.
Yeah. And the importance of
they put less work into them.
And also the importance of honoring people on coins became less. I think the coins were still important.
The coins were important, but to whom I think was kind of the thing, because a lot of the earlier stuff was just made to pay the armies.
Right. Dave Nelson says, I didn't need to buy another Calicomem, but I couldn't turn down a coin like this. You know, you sound like everybody that I know, Dave, when it comes to coins. I don't need one, but I just couldn't pass. And this is actually a really beautiful example. This is one of the nicer Comems too.
Target toned coin.
Yep, this is one of the nicer Comems too with the bear. Just a really cool design. And
the bear.
See if he posted a picture of the other side. I don't see it. But yeah, beautiful reverse on that coin. Love it. Great friend of the show, Jack Young, says, my collection of 1881 CC Morgans and the Coin Week article. So Jack wrote a Coin Week article recently about these particular coins. And these are counterfeit PCGS slabs with counterfeit PCGS coins in them. They are all 1881 Carson Cities. I'm surprised they don't have all have the same serial number, but at least they figured that part out.
And oddly, so I mean, PCGS will put Morgan on a slab like that,
right?
In 1921.
21, yeah. In years where they made other things during the same year, they will put Morgan, but not on an 1881. I've never seen that before. And you can see the coins themselves. The coins themselves are really kind of soft. Almost the design is just not as sharp as I would like to see from a Morgan silver dollar. They get the luster, the coins are lustrous,
especially not for a 64. I mean, those are
right. The luster is there. I mean, they've got the luster part figured out, but the design itself is just soft. And I don't know if there's any other way to really explain that rather than just looking, because I look at a lot of silver dollars, and I'm sure you do too. It's just soft. It's just soft. And here is his article. If you guys want to go read it, just go to coinweek.com. I think he has, 34 articles up about counterfeits, I believe. So, Jack is out there fighting a good fight.
Reading. Don't wait for the movie.
Right. Jack is out there fighting a good fight against all sorts of counterfeits. And,
it's truly a credit to our hobby.
Right. Coin Week is doing, their part by getting this information out there. So go check out those articles, guys. You should do it right now. Well, after the show's over, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Clay Harland. I really like this Wade Raymond Australian Series board. The coins are not the main event in this group. It's the history of the man and the innovations that he brought to the numismatics community, just like being wrapped in plastic today, but far more attractive.
Right. Those are cool. Wade Raymond boards are something I always do like to see. And they're fun. These boards, they put them out. I think this company made boards like I think they started in the 30s and went up later into the 50s or 60s, I believe, making these kind of boards. And
you want to know what's really funny about these boards too?
What's that?
Is I've never seen any sets that were kept in them that got really harmfully toned from them.
Right. Yeah. Like they just did. They were good. I still like them. Taffy Coin comes in hot, says, nothing fancy, just something cool in my collection. A Panama 1933, 1/4 Balboa. I think these are, I actually like Panamanian coins. It's not really something I would go like after to start collecting again, but I do like that series. I think those are cool. The Balboa series is just neat.
They're neat. Panama.
Yeah, Panama.
They should do a song about that. Marcus Davis proves that it is not always about the coins. This is in addition to his numismatic library.
That's right.
So this is the History of the United States Mint and American Coinage, Ancient and Modern by Evans. This was printed in 1890, I think it was.
1890, yeah. So, this was kind of at the heyday of the U.S. Mint. They were right in the middle of the Morgan Dollar series. Obviously one of the most prolifically collected series as far as today goes. But back then, I'm fairly sure that they did not really like those coins.
And at this point, you still had people alive that actually handled hard times tokens, Civil War tokens, and some of the really early gold.
Very accurate. Let me get some of this stuff brought up here. They have a cool picture of the guy cutting the blanks on the cutting machine, and it shows the strips from which the planchets were cut. That's pretty cool. I think it's neat.
And then he has his wife's coolest thing, as she fell in love with Disney dollars at the fun show. They are kind of cool. They're neat to collect.
Disney dollars. So these are, do you know how these worked?
Yeah, you used to buy them at Disney World and you could spend them.
I'm not sure that you could buy them. I think that they would give them to you. I think it was just like I was asking because I hope you knew.
I go to Wikipedia.
Right. I think that it was like a bonus dollar, like bonus bucks, kind of.
Okay, that makes more sense. It's like a premium or something for your purchase.
Yeah, and you can spend them at Disney.
Yes.
Slab Daddy's in the house. Isaiah Hageman says, picking up my second white label proof walker. And he shows us a 42 proof walker in proof 63 with a green CAC sticker, and a 42 proof walker in a proof 65 with a gold CAC sticker. And these are both housed in the NGC 2.0 white label slabs, which are very scarce.
Very old.
And
they have the Slab Daddy.
They do. He has his own stickers now. Have you seen them? They're pretty neat.
They are.
It says a Slab King, though. I still think it should say Slab Daddy.
It should say Slab Daddy.
For sure. David Massey shows us an 1885 Morgan silver dollar in a PCGS MS64 CAC. The coin is a rattler, and the coin itself is actually beautifully toned. It has a nice rainbow going from the top left of the coin down to the bottom right. Goes through a decent part of the rainbow as well. You got your yellows and your purples and your blue greens and blues represented.
And I would assume, because he didn't show us, the back of this coin is probably blast white.
Probably right. You're probably right. This was probably either on the outside of a bag, with part of it touching the outside of the bag, or maybe on the end of a roll.
I like the bag.
I think it's a bag coin, though, just from the looks of it. So,
and last but not least,
Shrek himself,
our very own. Oh, leave him alone.
He looks like Shrek. I can't help it.
Corey Scherer says, when I went to the Indiana State Coin Show, I saw this and just had to have it. What kind of William Henry Harrison collector would I be if I didn't snag this multi-purpose presidential medal that can double as a doorstop?
It is huge. Look at this thing. This thing is in one of those NGC, the giant NGC slabs. They're super cool.
How giant?
Well, here, let me just scroll down a couple, and you can see his giant man hands next to it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a big slab, and that's a big metal. I mean, it's 76 millimeters. So
You missing a finger?
I told you he's Shrek. Shrek only had 4 fingers. I'm telling you, man. Love you, Corey. But yeah, no, this was I saw this piece when he bought it. Very, very cool piece. 1841 dated. William Henry Harrison. He loves him some William Henry Harrison.
He does love him some William Henry Harrison, and God bless him.
And I love him for showing us that.
The guy was president for a whole, 40 days?
Yeah.
40 days.
Yep. And you know what else I love? I love that you guys made up for me forgetting to post this thing, because I woke up this morning, got to my office and said, you know what, Mike? I totally forgot to post the post for the coolest thing. I totally forgot. And I said, you think I should still post it, or you want to just throw something together? And Mike didn't see it, but everybody else in the chat said, you know what? Post it. And I did. And you guys came through. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being such an awesome part of this show.
Our listeners are the best, and
Yep.
they come through for us time and time and time.
Every single time. You guys rock.
Time.
That's it, buddy. We're done. That's it. 2:15 is, we got to package it up now, put a bow tie on top, and then we'll get it on out of here.
Yeah. So we'd like to thank our production staff. We have Corey and Justin, and we also have, we don't have Ernesto tonight, but we have Ernesto all the time.
We do.
And Barry is out gigging tonight, but
Barry's playing music right now. He's
done with
coming
his
away.
tan.
Yeah,
He's done with his tan. He's working on his cold now, and thank you for listening, because without you guys, this entire project is pointless. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us, and we appreciate having you around.
Yep, some cool content's coming, you guys. If you guys want more, there's a couple of ways to get it. You can go to our Patreon. We're going to have some Patreon exclusive content coming. You can subscribe on Facebook. That Patreon content is going to go straight to our subscribers as well. It's like $5 a month. You help us do awesome, fun stuff on the show. And also, Friends of the Coin Show on Facebook. That is a great group. There's like 3,000 of you guys in there. You guys rock. That's where we do all of the Your Coolest Thing post. We do a poll after Mike and I's to see who wins, which I'm kicking his butt this year so far. And, and we're there. I check in there all the time. So you guys, we want to see you guys there. Come hang out with us.
Yes, because have some fun.
Yes, totally. That's what it's all about.
We are going to do some more really cool stuff this year. We're opening up new avenues every day.
Yep. And we've added a couple more people to the team, which rock as well.
Yeah, so we're gonna
coming.
have a little bit more breadth and a little bit more depth, and you're gonna see us in some new places too.
I know.
We're taking the talks now.
I tried to go on live on there tonight, and they wouldn't have it. So it's jerks.
Oh, screw them.
Jerks. All right, buddy.
Go for the Coin Show. I'm Mike,
and I am Matt.
Old school. We'll talk to you next time. Episode 216 on the Coin Show podcast. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to the Coin Show podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman. Tune in next time when the boys bring you another exciting episode. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, on our website at www.coinshowradio.com. You can also join our private Facebook group where everyone sees every post. Just search Facebook for Friends of the Coin Show and ask to join. If you'd like more, You can become a subscriber on Facebook or join our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thecoinshow. If you sign up at the $5 month level or higher, you'll have access to exclusive content on patreon.com on the off weeks, including the Not the Coin Show podcast. Thanks for listening to the longest-running coin podcast in the world of numismatics.
This has been the one and only, the original. This has been the Coin Show Podcast.